We are going to be finding the area of a triangle. So the definition of the area of a shape is the number of 1 by 1 squares that the shape is made up of. So here's the first triangle that we'll be working with. So in order to find the area, we can rotate the triangle over to make it a square. Making the triangle a square helps us see the 1 by 1 squares that a rectangle or a square are made up of. So in this particular example, there are 5 rows of 7 squares. So 5 times 7 is 35. So there are 35 1 by 1 squares in this shape. An area can be thought of as length times width, or other way around, sorry. Length times width, or base times height. So to find just the one triangle, the formula is 1/2 base times height. So we have the base and the height still, but we only have half of the square or rectangle, so it becomes 1/2 base times height. So we're going to be looking at 3 different cases of triangles, and our first case we already kind of talked about, which is the 1/2 base times height with a right triangle. Here's the triangle for our second case. So we can rotate both these triangles, so we can rotate the small one over to make this triangle, and then we can rotate this one over, so then we have a rectangle. So we have our length times width, or base times height. So here we have the base and the height, and because it's half of this shape, the rectangle shape, it's 1/2 base times height. So finally, our last case is this triangle, the solid blue lines. And we can find the base times height by making it a right triangle. So here we add this height in. So first we'll find the base times height of the big triangle. So that's the whole right triangle. So we have 1/2, and the base is x plus b times height. Next then we'll find the area of the small right triangle, which is this little triangle right here. So we have 1/2 x, which would be the base in this situation, times height. So we have the whole triangle that we're looking for is this solid blue line, and we can find that by subtracting the small right triangle from the big right triangle. So we have 1/2 x plus b times height, which is our big right triangle, minus 1/2 x times h, which is our small right triangle. So we first need to distribute the 1/2 and the h to the big right triangle, which is 1/2 xh plus 1/2 bh. And then we can subtract the 1/2 xh, which is the small triangle. So these two cancel out, so we're left with 1/2 base times height. So that gets us our formula. So these are the 3 different cases of finding the area of a triangle.